Hey, what's up, my Neekz? This is Nerds of the Square Table. I'm Atomictrain, and we got Keelerpaco over here. Oh, special guest. All right, so today we just watched Ad Astra, which is pretty out of this world. Okay, yeah. So yeah, whoa, dude. Yeah. So we watched Ad Astra featuring Brad Pitt, Tommy Lee Jones, Liv Tyler. Yeah, and basically this is part two. Part two of our before and after, where we're going to be doing a non-spoiler review. So non-spoiler, okay? So yeah, so non-spoiler. Basically it's just going to be our thoughts. We're going to be giving it a score out of 10. So I'm going to go ahead and start it off first. So I enjoyed this movie. This movie was actually pretty enjoyable.
Yep.
From the beginning, right after 20th Century Fox comes up, you know, from the beginning all the way to the end. I would like to say, you know, the ending is a little bit, you know, cheesy, kind of like a cop-out. It felt like a cop-out, but a bit rushed, but it was actually pretty worth it. Like when you take the sum up of the whole movie length, which is 2 hours and 3 minutes, pretty much it's worth your money. So yeah, so I like the acting. I was actually doubting Brad Pitt's character, like him being like this calm and collective kind of person. I was like, no, Brad Pitt, like I remember him from like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. No, he's crazy, he's a lunatic, he's gonna, like, you know, he's not gonna shut up. But in this movie he actually kept it shut, because majority of his talking was done some way else. Some way else. So yeah, I'm not gonna mention how, but it was actually pretty cool. What else can I say about this movie that's not gonna give away any part of the movie? This movie is in space, so a lot of the camera angles that was used in this film was actually pretty nice. Oh, and one thing to mention. Remember I talked about the solar flares? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're gonna see solar flares, and who's not gonna, because it's space. Yeah. So I was excited to see that. So overall, movie scores was nice. The sound effects was nice. I wished that the theater that we were in, the auditorium that we were in, actually had really good speakers.
Yeah, that's the one thing they're lacking. Great seats. It's very clean, but the speakers suck. The speakers suck.
The speakers suck, but that's okay. You know, that's all it is. What else can I say? So I don't know. Basically, like overall, this movie deserves right now for me a 7.5. I was actually discussing with him earlier. This could have been an 8. However, that ending scene was just like a copped out scene. Like it felt like a copped out scene. It was just super rushed, and I don't know. It could have been done a different way. But overall, this movie was very enjoyable for me. So anyways, that's my thoughts. We're gonna be talking about this back and forth, but here we go. Keelerpaco's his thoughts. What's your thoughts?
Okay, my thoughts without doing a spoiler.
Yeah.
Originally I gave it a 5.
Yeah.
But now I'm giving it a 7.5.
Yeah.
I don't know if you said that, but we both give it a 7.5. It could have been an 8.
Could have been an 8.
Like the same thing I do agree with is it was rushed at the end. But the things you're gonna like first off the bat is it's the cinematography. I'd recommend, if you have vertigo or anything, to maybe not watch this movie. But it did a good job of having a tone overall.
Yeah.
And I feel like mostly I was interested actually all the way, and I was never really bored, and it had a direction for sure where it was going. But at the end, like you said, it was rushed. Brad Pitt, I had expectations that he was going to deliver, and he did, because I've seen his work in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I think he's an underrated actor. I really like him. And what else to say? I don't know.
Do you know if they were filming this at the same time as Tarantino's Once Upon a Time? No, you don't.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Because that would be something to look into, because, like, you know, it's sensitive characters. You know, his character in Once Upon a Time was pretty sensitive, and in this movie, like, because he's kind of toned down, it's sensitive. He's sensitive as well. So it's kind of like he's the same character, You know, like if that made sense,
Yeah,
like if they were
I mean,
filming it at
one
the
thing
same time.
I think about Brad Pitt is like he does
Yeah.
seem to be like he has the Brad Pitt factor.
Yeah.
And he seems to be the same character, pretty much. I don't know if I would describe him as like a method actor or anything.
Yeah.
But I think what he does works when he's in the roles that fit it, I guess.
Yeah, he plays the same roles basically.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Matthew McConaughey's, you know, he's always that guy, Southern accent or something like that, right?
Yeah.
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 Or like Owen Wilson's always like, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once it takes like good casting and director to see the right casting to see what they have and actually use what they have already to fit the story.
Yeah.
You know.
No, and speaking of directors, who was this director? James Gray.
James Gray.
Yeah. So I don't know any of his films.
Same director as We Own the Night has.
There you go.
It has Matt Damon and Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I really don't know about his work or his the way he directs, but for some reason this movie was pretty well directed.
Yeah.
I did make a reference to what was it? I made a reference to Gravity. So I was feeling like, oh, this movie, like from the promos and whatnot and what we know about space and shit, that it's going to be similar to Gravity. However, it was very different from Gravity. Like this was like, it was like if Gravity met with Martian, with Matt Damon's Martian, like this is what you would get from it.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know, you're given a task or a mission or whatnot, and you got to do your mission, but then there's like some sort of like I guess kind of conflicts or whatnot.
Yeah.
Things happen, you know, like reality bites.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like it's a kind of real, like I would say this is futuristic, but this shows reality.
Yeah, shows pretty real of what
Yeah.
our future could be.
Really real of what the future could be, or how we would be, how certain people would react or certain people would be.
I don't know if I was ever. I think there was one moment where I was like kind of like whoa.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I was necessarily on the edge of my seat necessarily.
Yeah.
I think at the end, it could be predictable.
Yeah.
That was probably
The
one of
end-
his things too.
Yeah.
Where it failed.
Yeah. It's actually a little bit predictable. It wasn't a wow factor, but it was an enjoyable story. And you know, it's kind of hard to see one. Like it's kind of rare. I mean, not hard. It's kind of rare to see one of these movies that will keep you interested, kind of wanting more, but a little bit satisfied when you're not given like what your answers. You know, like that satisfaction.
Yeah.
So you know, you can really tell that the directing and whatnot, the story plot, wasn't really playing the crowd. It was just, here you go. Here's the story. Like earlier before, we were talking about movies. Like me and Keelerpaco over here, we were talking about movies, and you know, we were just like to the point that I got to the point that movies are just movies. Like some of them, there's no need for a meaning. It's just that us as individuals, when we watch movies, we want that satisfaction, so we try to dig for the truth. That's why there's a lot of conspiracy stuff. You know, like when you talk about like Star Wars or connections between Marvel Universe and something else, or you know, like stuff like that. Edward Scissorhands, I don't know, he's Sweeney Todd, I don't know, stupid theories like that. Like we always try to look for something that people are like, I guess, not used to, that's outside of the realm, and we just try to look for the satisfaction. This is one of those movies that you sit down, you enjoy it, and you're just like, okay, now what is tomorrow? You know,
Exactly.
It's like one of those,
like a one night experience.
Yeah.
But you know, not to say I don't feel like I wasted my time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I wasted my time.
Yeah, it was a pretty good worth 2 hours, you know, for us. But big question. Would you go and see this again?
Probably not.
Yeah. Probably not. Just because, you know, there's other movies out there that's gonna be like coming too. Like we got Joker coming out. That's gonna be pretty exciting with Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix again.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be crazy. And then what else do we got? We even got this one, Knives Out. Knives Out.
But
So
Yeah, it seems like this is kind of becoming a theme. What's the one with the wedding? The wedding one when they fight or something? It's like a game where the bride is being hunted by
Oh yeah,
by
yeah,
her in-laws.
yeah. That's oh shoot, I forgot what it was.
What's the name? But I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone else knows.
Yeah. If you guys know, comment down below or whatnot. Got even Star Wars that's coming out. That's going to be a big one. I know Keelerpaco is not really excited for Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even watch The Last Jedi.
See,
I'm sorry.
there you go. But yeah, so there's a lot of other movies, and yeah, you know, maybe if it's on HBO or something, or like on FX, maybe if this movie was on FX or whatnot, then I'll probably take a watch.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think I'll buy or own. Like maybe if my friends, if the other guys of Nerds of the Square Table, if they want to go watch it, and you know, whatever, yeah, I'm down to watch
I would
it.
say visually in the theater, it's always like this movie is always like 10 times better.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's just the ride space. If they do it right, there's a lot of POVs.
Yeah.
Because that makes it such a wild ride to experience, just like how Gravity was.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the worthwhile thing.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
Lucas Sounds.
Lucas Sounds.
You know, but if they had great
Skywalker Ranch.
speakers, I'm sure anyone
Skywalker.
else who watches it in their theater is gonna experience the sound and the visuals.
Yeah.
10 times better.
Nice quality. So that's basically our sum up of this movie, Ad Astra. And oh yeah, that's another thing. There is no mention of Ad Astra, so I wonder how they came up with that.
Yeah. Now
title.
I'm kind of curious, and I want to Google.
Yeah,
what Ad Astra
like what
means.
does Ad Astra mean? So
I don't know.
but anyways, my Neekz, tune back to the next video. I don't know what the next video is gonna be, but that's it for this one. So Shoots, thanks Keelerpaco
Yep, thank you.
for joining me over here at Regal Cinemas. Yeah, and then tune back in for next time. We'll probably have him again as a special guest. Shoots, my Neekz.
All right.
Mahaloz. Thanks for watching the
everyone.
vid.